The first Australians evacuated from the coronavirus epicentre have returned to the Australian mainland after 14 days of quarantine on Christmas Island. The 241 people were flown out of Wuhan 2 weeks ago on a chartered Qantas flight. They've now been taken home to major cities across the country after being monitored for symptoms. Meantime, around 200 Australians trapped aboard a coronavirus-stricken cruise ship will be evacuated to Darwin. They are expected to arrive tomorrow and will spend another 2 weeks in quarantine at the Howard Springs Workers Village.
After 2 weeks of hell amid the coronavirus outbreak, finally some good news for 200 Australians trapped aboard the Diamond Princess.
What we have agreed to do today is to take action to provide direct assistance to those who are on that vessel by providing for an assisted departure flight from Japan to Australia on this Wednesday.
But the rescue comes with a catch.
Because of the nature of the quarantine not being able to be assured, for those more than 200 Australians who will be returning to Australia, we are going to have to require a further 14-day quarantine period to be put in place on their return to Darwin, where they'll be accommodated at the Howard Springs facility.
The government acted on the advice of a medical expert sent to assess the situation, the decision coming after another 70 passengers on board the ship, including 8 Australians, contracted coronavirus.
It's been made on medical advice, and recognising that within Australia the actions that we've taken have helped contain the virus so far.
The government's decision came as the first evacuees from Wuhan flew out of Christmas Island after their 14-day quarantine period expired. But with more than 150 of the Diamond Princess evacuees aged over 60, authorities wanted them close to a major hospital.
There is the opportunity to use, under appropriate circumstances, depending on what the numbers are, appropriate circumstances, aspects of the Royal Darwin Hospital. They will then be repatriated to a centre nearest their homes.
The latest evacuees will join 266 already in quarantine here at the Howard Springs Workers Camp. So far, none of those brought here from Wuhan last Sunday have tested positive to coronavirus. News of the evacuation came as China's ambassador to Australia again criticised the federal government's decision to extend a travel ban on Chinese arrivals.
It's all natural and reasonable for countries to take enhanced measures or screening measures. But, I mean, at the same time, you have to be cool-headed and not to be panicked.
In an exclusive interview with Sky News, the ambassador also defended his country's handling of the issue amid reports President Xi Jinping was aware of the outbreak in early January, nearly 2 weeks before he spoke about it publicly.
Once we identified the virus, we promptly acted and informed WHO.
The government expects the latest evacuees to arrive in Darwin on Wednesday.
It's a very good quality, but it's a much nicer place to be for 2 weeks than being in a cabin.
Matt Cunningham, Sky News, Darwin.